Here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Montana Ag Network.
As we come back on this Wednesday afternoon for our farm and ranch news, we see a U.S. Japan trade deal could come rapidly, according to President Trump, just back from a trip to Japan. Trump says he and Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will straighten out the imbalance of trade favoring Japan rapidly, with an announcement probably coming in August.
And this is a strong alliance indeed. The U.S.-Japan alliance is steadfast and ironclad.
With the prospect of a new trade deal with Japan, it would be music to U.S. farmers and ranchers' ears amid the continuing tariff war with China and 6 years of sinking commodity prices and revenue. President Trump and the U.S. Trade Representative's office aim to recoup farm tariff cuts lost when the Trump administration withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership deal. When asked of trade talks with China, President Trump said the U.S. is not ready to make a deal.
As far as China is concerned, they wouldn't make a deal. I think they probably wish they made the deal that they had on the table before they tried to renegotiate it. They would like to make a deal. We're not ready to make a deal, and we're taking in tens of billions of dollars of tariffs, and that number could go up very, very substantially, very easily. But I think sometime in the future, China and the United States will absolutely have a great trade deal.
Now, last week, the administration announced a $16 billion trade aid package for U.S. farmers and ranchers impacted by the ongoing trade war with China. Trump says the money that will pay for that aid will come from the tariffs on Chinese goods. Don't go away, we'll have more right after this. Returning back this afternoon, USDA's crop progress report is out, delayed after the Memorial Day holiday, but we see that 74% of the winter wheat crop was rated good to excellent compared to the 5-year average of 60% in this latest report. As for barley planted, the progress was at 84% complete, slightly behind last year's 88%. Barley emerged was estimated at 52%, aligning with the previous year. Spring wheat planting was progressing at 83%, while sugar beets are pretty much wrapped up with 97% of that crop in the ground. Now, wet weather in Indiana and Ohio, along with South Dakota, has caused farmers to plant less than 30% of their respective crops as well. Now, looking to the beer wars, a federal judge has ordered Anheuser-Busch to stop using advertisements that portray corn syrup negatively and suggests Miller Coors products contain corn syrup. The saga started with a Super Bowl commercial drawing criticism from farmers and the National Corn Growers Association. Miller Coors sued Anheuser-Busch in March, saying the company spent nearly $30 million on a false and misleading campaign. The ad showed a medieval caravan pushing a huge barrel of corn syrup to castles for Miller Coors to make Miller Lite and Coors Light. Miller Coors says corn syrup is used in the brewing process but is not in the final product available to consumers. The judge's ruling states Anheuser-Busch cannot use ads that describe Bud Light as containing 100% less corn syrup than Miller Lite and Coors Light. However, other ads, including the Super Bowl commercial, were not banned. Anheuser-Busch says it was pleased with the ruling, and one of their ads just ran during the NHL Stanley Cup final this Monday. And that will do it for today. We'll send it right back over to the news desk.